everyone, this is Andie Snyder, your dating and relationship coach from Find and Keep a Great Man. I am going to talk to you today about the A to Z's, that's so hard for me to say, the A to Z's of dating. And today we are on the letter B. So a little love note today for the letter B for dating. And you know, my favorite letter B is boys, but we're actually not going to talk about boys today because that's more of a conversational topic, chatting about boys. I love to chat about that. So if we were in a Zoom room and we were chatting, that'd be a great topic to talk about. So instead, what I'm going to do is I'm going to share with you a little about a couple of B's from my Soulmate Attraction System, my online program, and give you two of the B's from that system. And the first one is going to be best self, and it's show up as your best self when you are dating, and especially you could show up as your best self all the time in the world. And so being your best self, what that means is you show up authentically as you when you're dating. And what that means is you, your special self, you, your unique self, who you are, your real self, being you, your quirky, special you, all your flaws. It doesn't matter. You can't hide yourself even when you're going on a date. You don't want to show up and be someone you're not. And so what is best is you present you in the real way and you just go out there and be who you are. And the best self, showing up as your best self, is that you take your special self, your unique you, your real you, and you go and you present yourself with aligned, congruent action to get the outcome that you're looking for. And the outcome that you're looking for, depending on what you're talking about, is you take aligned action towards your goals. And if your goal is that you want to have a lasting love relationship, then you keep taking action steps to be able to create that outcome. And if your desire is to have a great job, then you would be taking aligned, congruent action steps to get that great job. So it's the same thing with dating as it is with business. So you would be presenting yourself just the way you are and not lying about yourself, not trying to hide who you are, just being congruent with who you are, the real you, and presenting who you are with that person who you show up as. And in dance, we say you show up and then you be who you are, and then you dance with who shows up in front of you. And so if the person who shows up in front of you is someone who you really enjoy, then you take the next dance perhaps. And if it's not, then you just thank them for that dance and then you move on. So you just play and have a great time and be who you are. And then take the next action step in that's congruent with the path that you want. So if you're just trying to hook up, then the action step will be different than if you're trying to create a lasting love relationship, obviously. So then the second B that I want to talk about from the Soulmate Attraction System is baggage. And if you have baggage from your past, and baggage is the things that may be blocking you from creating the love outcome that you're looking for. So that could be stuff in your love life in the past that got in the way of you creating the type of relationship that you were looking for. So maybe it was a thought, a pattern, a belief system. It could be things that you carry with you, whether it's consciously or unconsciously, that prevent you from going forward. And so it could be that you're still identifying with past relationship challenges and carrying them into the future. And sometimes we do that thoughtfully, that we do that on purpose, and sometimes we're not aware that we do it. So I'll just give you an example. of a belief or a thought that some people say, and they consistently say it, and it can prevent them, like putting up like a wall or a shield, from having people show up for them. Like, for instance, I'm too old to have change, to make any kind of changes, or men are too old to make the change, and to, like, an old dog can't make any new tricks, can't do any new tricks. And so, or I wouldn't want anybody to live with me because, that would be, I've got my ways about me. And so that might be one thing. Or I wouldn't want anybody to see this body, be in nakedness or whatever. And so I don't know if I could be with anybody. So that would be like one thing. Or men just want to have sex, and they're not interested in any kind of fulfilling relationship. So it depends on the belief system that perpetuates, could prevent someone from showing up in life, and that's what we call baggage. So it could also be that you've had challenges in past relationships with partners, and there's a thought process that goes on that says, well, I haven't had any good luck in the past, and so it's possible that, there's something here that prevents me from having good people show up. Or maybe it's all the men out there, there's something wrong with them. So it's good to work through whatever prevents the men from showing up, and we call that the baggage. So now that we're in this kind of self-quarantine time, it's a really great time to go into introspection, to work through that past stuff, and to get a chance to be able to do some heart healing, to be able to increase the level of self-love, and to fill up the cup of joy and self-love, and to really increase our heart space. And there's lots of ways of doing that, changing the thoughts, changing the beliefs, changing the energetic frequency that the body holds, and to go inside and really increase the cup of self-love. And in doing that, there's lots of ways to be able to process through the thoughts and feelings that could possibly be there. And there's also ways to nourish self-love and go in and connect internally with thoughts and feelings and the body. And I'd love to invite you to take some time for yourself, go and identify what interests and are there for you that really increase that vibration of happiness, increase that vibration of well-being, and allow you to feel so nurtured and loved inside. For myself, I really spent a day of self-nurturing in all different types of ways, clearing out the thoughts and feelings that are there that made myself feel that we're there on a belief level, to try and process through them and get to a higher frequency of love. Also spent time connecting with family, in play with the cats, and then connecting also with nature, and then cleaning out my environment on a physical level too. And there's lots of different ways to really create that frequency of nurturing, self-nurturing, and love, and to clean out some of that baggage from the past. So I encourage and invite you to connect in different ways to be able to do that for yourself. And so that was the 2 B's for today: the baggage, to be able to clean out the baggage from the past, and to be able to show up as your best self, so be able to raise that frequency and vibration of happiness, self-love. All right, so that's for today, our 2 B's, and until our next episode, where we'll continue with the A to Z's of dating, and we'll move on to the letter C. All right, much love for you. And we'll talk again soon. Bye-bye.